Ask you to take a picture of us, please. Thank you so much.
चलो उधर चलते हैं, ये गाड़ी देखते हैं फिलाडेल्फिया का सिटी सेंटर था। जब आज़ादी मिली थी तो वो घड़ी जो ओरिजिनल थी सिटी सेंटर की वो टूट गई थी और वो यहाँ रख दी गई है। हम उसी को देखने जा रहे
They say things like these fellows of liberty shall remain silent so long as the voice together happens.
Symbolic power has been used, first here in the United States and then around the world. Reformers used the bell's growing fame to gain support for a variety of causes. Liberty, they argue, just as the word from the bell suggested, must be for all, men, women, and the
उस टाइम की है, इन्होंने उस टाइम में वो है, ये मेडल वगैरह, ये घड़ी है, ये पुराने टाइम पे हर देश को दिखाने के लिए हमारा है। फोटो खींचते चलो, नहीं फोटो
Do the photo later. You're gonna get into there. Thank you.
Kill.
Do the photo when we come out here, okay? 我们出来拍照不着急哈。We can do the photo when we come out.
पिंकी
喂，网络没来一个。我怎么来的？
जल्दी जल्दी ठिया हो
ये व्हाइट हाउस। पिंकी इधर देखो,
अरे डिनो
है तानिया कहाँ गई? चलो चलो चलो। अरे पिंकी तानिया कहाँ है? आगे जा रहे हैं।
So next my scenario.
Can you take our pictures?
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Everybody, hurry up! Come on, go. Go for the security check.
Oh, security check? You already security.
No, I on it, right? ठीक है? ठीक है? बस इसे ऐसे रखना सामने की तरफ। हाँ, इसे होल्ड इट लाइक दिस।
ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं घोड़ा चला।
No need. Just make it like that. ऐसे पूरी तरह करो। बाबू देखो दादी हाँ मम्मी हेलो बोलो हेलो
हेलो
अच्छे से बोलो
हेलो
बोलो
हाय
हे
हेलो
पोपलू पोपलू अरे कुछ बोलो आपकी वीडियो आ रही है
हाय हेलो
आप दिख ही नहीं रहे हो फोन में हो आप
हाय हेलो
ये रॉटिंगटन वॉशिंगटन डीसी व्हाइट हाउस लो मेरे को ले लो
It's 55 meters, 180 feet. Stay in or leave Italy for so he leaves, he comes to America. Stay in or leave Italy for so he leaves, he comes to America.
चलो भाई कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम लोग हम व्हाइट हाउस घूमने जा रहे हैं व्हाइट हाउस जा रहे हैं व्हाइट सफ़ेद घर
अमेरिका में है
मैंने इसको बता दिया
मैं बोले कहाँ जा रहे हैं हम लोग
सफेद घर
सफ़ेद घर में आजा मम्मी
मेरे फोन छोड़ के अब मैं छोड़
चलो भैया रोड पे चलो मैं हाथ पकड़ो ड्रामा पकड़ी रुको कहाँ हैं हम लोग अब हम लोग आए हैं व्हाइट हाउस
अच्छा
ये व्हाइट हाउस पप्पू इधर आओ। क्या है ये
व्हाइट हाउस
हाँ
राजू सफेद
हाँ रुको हम ही खींचते हैं मेरे को पिंकी अभी इधर देखो हमारे पास कहाँ हैं हम
व्हाइट हाउस
हम आए हैं व्हाइट हाउस पूरा व्हाइट हाउस
Ice cold water, soda, cold water, soda.
इधर देखो पप्पू 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 की मम्मी देखो इधर देखो हेलो बना रखा है देख। कांच की मम्मी ऐसे वो बना रखे हैं। अच्छा, बड़े लोग बनाते हैं, ये हमारे घर में एंटीक पीस होना चाहिए। देखो कैसे कब बने हैं। हाँ देखो गिलासों में कैसे आकार आकार के बना रखे हैं। वो देखो ऊपर वाला गिलास देखो। चलो चलो जल्दी गिलास
नहीं मम्मी ग्लासेस बनते हैं ना, वो कैसे बनते
वो देखो टेबल कुर्सी कैसे बना रखी है।
जब ले लेना
हाँ एक एक करके। पोपू रुको, पोपू इधर। इधर देखो, रुक जाओ। चल आ जाओ, मैं तो पूरी वीडियो में आ जाओ।
ये देखो
कैसे बना रखा है। हाँ वो देखो वो घूम रहा है ना, वैसे वैसे लाइट घूम रही है पूरी, है ना। आ जाओ जल्दी चलो। देखो हार्ट बनाया हुआ है। वो देखो मम्मी तो पिंकी तुम्हारी फोटो। ठीक है और मम्मी हाँ हाँ हो गया। चलो मम्मी इधर देखो। पप्पू हटो नीचे हो, दोनों ही भाई नहीं आ रहे। हाँ तीसरा पीछे वाला छुप गया। हाँ इधर देखो बना रखे कांच से। सब कांच से बने। अब मम्मी चलो हमारा वो शो चालू होने वाला है। चलो हाँ चलो चलो हमारा शो चालू हो रहा है। इधर 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 ये देखो कैसे 3D बनी। उधर से कुछ और दिख रहा है, इधर से कुछ और दिख रहा है। देखो जल्दी आओ, अपना छूट जाओगे आप। इधर पीछे चलो, हमारे सब लोग आ जाओगे। अरे कहाँ इधर से आ गए। आ जाओ इधर 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 से आओ।
Glass and the hot glass demonstration. This is Chris Rochelle. We need to say the nice big round of applause. He's going to begin by gathering some clear molten soda-lime glass from our furnace, which is kept at 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, the glass is as hot as lava. It moves like honey, so it's very soft and gooey. He's going to shape it up using a wooden spoon tool called a block. These blocks are soaked in water, he's rolling the hot glass with these little shards of glass through, called frit. These little shards of glass stick to the surface, just like sprinkles on an ice cream cone. So these little shards of glass are how we apply the color. The company that we buy these little shards of glass from, they add different metal oxides and salts to the clear glass. Gold chloride is what makes these little shards of pink glass or cranberry colored glass. I call it gold ruby. Iron makes green, manganese makes purple, cobalt makes a dark blue. Now he's shaping it up with a wooden scoop tool called a block. These blocks are soaked in water and the hot glass glides along in a thin layer of steam and acrylic. He fills the pipe with air, traps the air inside with his thumb. If you watch carefully, you're going to see a little bubble shoot right out of the end of the pipe. And that is glass blowing. That's how we begin the process. That's our starting bubble. Now this is enough glass to make something fairly small, like an ornament or a cup. I know Chris does want to make something a little larger for you today, so he's going to let this cool off. Then he'll go back into the furnace for another gather. I'll play a quick animation up on the screens. Inside that furnace there's a big ceramic crucible. The crucible holds about 1,000 pounds of glass when it's full. Chris will go in, he'll dip the bubble below the surface, he'll keep the pipe turning in one direction. And in a process called gathering, he'll come out with twice as much material. And enough glass to make anything you see here along the front. Warm up a set of steel tools called jacks, run them through a little bit of beeswax so they're ready to go. Plunges the bubble down below the surface of the hot glass, keeps that pipe turning in one direction, and he'll come out with twice as much material. He sits down at the bench, once again shaping that glass with that wooden scoop tool or block. These blocks come in a variety of different sizes. So depending on how many gathers we have, depends on the size blocks we use. He'll now use the local newspaper, fold it up, soaked in water, to shape that glass right in the palm of his hand. It's one of our favorite tools.
Hello.
Because it's soft and
Daddy.
flexible. And really, the only way we can shape that glass with our hands. Goes back to the heat. And I believe he's going to drop the glass down to a mold. Call these optic mold. Thicker and thinner areas or ribs which will change how the light catches the glass. Drops the glass down into the mold, blows really hard, filling the mold with glass. Comes out with some ribs, some texture. We'll hook up a blow hose to the end of the blow pipe. This is our automated inflation system. This is how we're going to inflate the glass from here on out. Steps on the foot pedal, it inflates the hot glass. They use a wooden board to cool and shape the sides. And then these steel tools called jacks to squeeze in a line right off the head of the blowpipe. That thin weak line is where we're going to break the glass free from the blowpipe. It's like the thin weak lines in a chocolate bar that allow you to snap it apart, share it with your friends. Same thing, the glass will break right along this thin weak line. The flames you see coming off of those metal blades is beeswax burning away. So he squeezes that down. He's got a nice big bubble. We'll cool that jack line off. And then we're going to add a little bit of glass for a stem. Right now? So I'll gather up some glass from the furnace. glass will stay on these pipes as long as I keep them turning. When he grabs a hold of this pipe, I will stop turning, and the glass will drip right off the end. Cut it free. He'll shape it up to a cone shape, which centers it. We'll cut down into it with the blades and jacks. We'll take a quick reheat, and I'll help him out with a wood board to make a little flat spot on the end of the stem. And on that little flat spot, we'll add more glass for our foot. The blades and the jacks and this wood board will make a mold between the two tools, create a little flat disc. From that you can stretch and pull a nice stretches and pulls that glass out to a nice straight and long stem. Now we'll use a tool called the footing tool. It's the tool he just pulled out of the bucket of water. Two cherry wood boards hinged together at the bottom, and he's going to squeeze and press the glass right out into a thin, round foot. Little head nod lets me know when you have enough of the glass. He'll drip it right onto the end of that stem. He'll cut it free. He'll sit down. He'll use that footing tool to squeeze and press the glass very easily right out into a thin, round foot. He makes that look very easy. What do you think? Now that he's got the bottom finished, the next step is to flip the whole thing around onto a solid rod called a punty. A punty is a little bit of glass on the end of a solid rod that will act as glue. We want it to stick and hold now, but we want it to easily pop off when he's finished. First, we'll make sure that that foot's going to hold the piece up nice and straight. Good board on the bottom. It's now going to sit nice and flat. Shaped like a Q-tip.
वो अकेले नहीं कर पाएंगे ना
बिना temporary handle.
बढ़िया बना दो
Goes in for a quick reheat. I'll warm up this punty. They'll stick and place it right in the center of the foot. We'll run the 2 irons together, making sure everything stays lined up, centered. Once it cools off, everything's stabilized. It'll break it free from the blow pipe. Cold tool, the light tap should set this free. Here we go. How about a big round of applause for a nice clean trip. The whole thing back into the reheating oven so that no part of it gets too cold. Another door. If you look up at the screens now, you can see there's a small hole left behind. That small hole will become the top or the opening of this vessel. Now we're able to see what's going on inside this oven from a camera. The camera sits right behind the oven and looks through a little window of a special type of glass called fused silica. Fused silica was developed here in Corning in the 30s. And it's the same type of glass that Corning gave NASA to use for the space shuttle's windshield. Glass in the back of that oven is not going to melt in the back of that 2100 degree glass melting oven or as the space shuttle re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. But it does allow us to see what's going on inside this very hot oven. It's going to get the top of this nice and hot. He'll wait for a little bit of movement, a little wiggle in the glass. When he sees that, he'll come out and he'll start to open this up a little further. Sometimes it goes all the way in, keeping everything nice and warm, backs the glass out, and it's just the top of the oven. He goes in with the blades of the jacks, opens this right up, and by using a set of shears, he can trim back into those thicker and thinner areas. This will also cut the piece nice and straight across. So it's thinner, cut back into those ribs. It will change the way the top opens up and moves as well. Back into so he's going to fire polish away that sharp edge.
कप बना रखे ये फायर है फायर देखो कैमरे में
Shape it up on the outside with a wooden board. They'll heat the back end or the shoulders of the piece. Then some final shaping will happen using heat and centrifuge. So we'll pop open a door. He's going to heat the top. Keep your eyes on the glass because this will happen very quickly. Once the glass becomes hot and soft, he'll start to turn a little faster. The top will flare open wide with centrifugal force. So once he sees that little wiggle,
कोई नहीं डांट पड़ने दो
there it is. All he has to do is start to turn a little faster at this point. The top will flare open wide. We'll use a wooden board to make sure that the top is running nice and straight. And just like that, we've got a beautiful bowl. What do you think?
Yeah.
He will warm the foot so that when he creates a little bit of thermal stress down there with a few drops of water, it won't crack and break. A few drops of cold water, a very light tap, this should pop right off. There we have it. The soft and the sharp edge we call a punty scar, and I'll get this into our hot oven at 966 degrees. The glass will stay in this oven returning down to room temperature very slowly overnight in a process called annealing. We'll stay in there 8 to 12 hours for that size piece. A beautiful bowl. That's Chris Rochelle.